Congress leaders hope the Supreme Court will finally rule on the disqualification case of Senator and presidential aspirant Grace Poe. This followed the conclusion of the oral arguments on Poe's case. Freddie Abando reports.
After yesterday's fifth and final oral arguments on the disqualification case of presidential candidate Senator Grace Poe was completed before the Supreme Court, Senate President Franklin Drilon and Speaker Feliciano Belmonte are hoping for a ruling to be issued in 2 weeks to ensure the integrity of the May 9 elections. Both leaders expressed concern a week ago there seems to be no urgency to resolve immediately the case of Poe. The COMELEC disqualified Poe for misrepresentations of her citizenship and residency in her certificate of candidacy. Solicitor General Florin Hilbay defended the rights of foundlings by asserting that Poe was natural born and was qualified to run. Hilbay maintained his position as counsel of the Senate Electoral Tribunal, ruling in favor of Poe in a separate case. Hilbay also stressed Poe complied with the residency issue of 10 years since she has been living in the Philippines since 2005.
Submitted na for decision ang kaso. Within 10 days, magsasabit ang memorandum at inaasahan natin na sa buwan ng Marso ito po'y madidesisyonan. We just have to accept that fact and baka nasa balota pa rin ang pangalan niya, ngunit yan po ay hindi po, we still have to wait for the decision of the Supreme Court. I am only happy that our concern about the length of time that this is being debated upon can prejudice Grace Poe, can prejudice our integrity of our electoral process.
For now, it would be too early to speculate on the ruling of the High Tribunal. Poe may be disqualified or not. Despite the COMELEC's disqualification of Poe, her name has not been removed from the list of presidential candidates. Both Drilon and Belmonte stressed whatever is the Supreme Court's ruling, it will ensure the credibility of the elections.
From the very beginning, gusto ko sana na tapusin bigyan ng panahon ng Supreme Court at tapusin na yung kaso ni Grace, no, ni Senator Grace. That's they owe it to the people na malinaw, wala nang question later on pa kung hindi, even now resolved ng lahat yan.
For the People's Television Network, this is Freddie Abando reporting.